G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we had a massive round, and in my opinion, the best round of NRL last week being round 6. We move into round 7, where the games aren't as good, but we still have some good games to talk about. But if you've seen the In the Sheds podcast, which comes out tomorrow, so you haven't seen the In the Sheds podcast, but the In the Sheds podcast clips uploaded me, Blaze, and Rugby League, in my opinions, tips for the round. So I'm still going to go with that, I think. I haven't had a good look at the team lineups, which I'm about to, and I'll discuss that in the video. But yeah, let's get into round 7 of the NRL.
Cheers, bro. Subscribe to Entertainer. Who's going to get the All-Stars tonight? Yeah, I love to entertain now.
So the first game, I think it's going to be a blockbuster between the Penrith Panthers and the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Penrith are in third. They're coming off a very confident win against the Melbourne Storm. They were quite a good side last week. The Rabbitohs have only beaten the Titans and the Warriors, which it's a bit of a worry for me. They've only beaten those bottom sides, but I do think they're a quality side. They are finally in the top 8. They are sitting in 8th position. Latrell Mitchell, he looks good. He's not outstanding at fullback. He's throwing some good passes. His defence has been a lot better. And I think the Rabbitohs team has a bit of an advantage here. For me, it's an even game. I think most people would tip Penrith based on the form that they've been in, but I think the Rabbitohs, they really need to get their season started, and I think this is the game where they're going to do it. I'm going to tip the Rabbitohs by 6 points. Let's have a look at the team lineups. Corey Allen is on the reserves in jersey 21. On the bench in jersey 17 is James Roberts. Will he play? Will he won't? It's been like this for weeks, so I'm really not sure. I've heard Liam Knight is injured, so keep your eyes on that. He is in jersey 14. I've heard there's an injury he's carrying, so we will see about that. As for the Penrith Panthers, it's looking like there's no changes, and Brenton Naden is named in jersey number 19. I've got to say, I really like the Panthers bench. I really like their bench. You've got Matt Burton, you've got big forwards, Zane Tedavano, and then you've got Moses Leota, who can kind of play hooker to replace Api Coruscant if he gets tired. And Billy Burns is just outstanding. He's a really good player. So, look, the Panthers should put up a fight here, but I'm actually going to tip the Rabbitohs, and the Rabbitohs by 6. The next game sees the Melbourne Storm up against the New Zealand Warriors. Now, this is a really strange game with the world in its state at the moment. Obviously, Melbourne or Victoria itself is virus affected. And that means that the Storm will move to Sydney for some of their game. So this game will be played at Netstrata Jubilee Stadium, the home of the St. George Illawarra Dragons. The Warriors have stacked Stephen Kearney just over the weekend, so it'll be interesting to see how they play, if they can get a play style. They've had some good wins, but the Storm have lost to Penrith. I think they respond here. I'm going to have a quick look at the team lineups before I give my tips from now on. Once again, I quite like the interchange bench for the Storm. You've got Brandon Smith, you've got Tino, and then you've got Nelson Asafa-Solomona, who provides that big impact for them. Nico Hines is named in jersey number 19. That's really good to see Nico get a potential spot. Paul Morawski, who was in the swap in jersey 21. We haven't seen him in Storm colours yet, I don't believe. Jerome Hughes and Josh Addo-Carr is back, which is a big, big return. And Riley Jacks is pushed back into the reserves. As for the Warriors, Jared Beale is on the reserves. Josh Curran, Eli Katoa will play. Where's he playing? Eli Katoa, it said he was playing. That's weird. He's out. It says in, but he's out. Yep, he's injured. There we go. I think the Storm will win 13 plus. I think they'll win by about 16 points. I could see them winning by a lot more and responding to that loss, but I think their situation at the moment, they're not going to be at their absolute best, and I still don't think they've been at their absolute best this year, and I still don't think this will be the game that we see it. So I'm going to tip the Storm, but I'm going to tip them by 16. It's funny that both of the Friday night games are our traditional Anzac Day clashes, the Storm and the Warriors, and then this one, the Roosters and the Dragons. It's always a big game. It's often a close game too when it comes to Anzac Day, but it's not Anzac Day. James Graham is out. He has departed with the club and is going to, well, we're waiting for confirmation, but it's looking like he is going to join the Super League with St. Helens. So he's had a big career, and good on James. He was in some form at the moment, so it's a shame to see him go. The NRL app keeps crashing, so I really hope this doesn't happen again. Ben Hunt in jersey number 14. Josh Herr. Jacob Host, who go and check out my interview with Jacob Ho. That's on the channel, so that's a good watch. Sam Verrills on the bench for the Roosters. Nat Butcher, Isaac Liu. Tupanua in the reserves. Mitchell Orbison, Ryan Lamb. Jordan Pereira is also out. That crashed. Look, the Roosters should win by 40 here. I think the Dragons will put up a bit of a fight. I think the Anzac Day kind of rivalry vibe will be there on the night, and this game will not go the way that people are expecting. I don't think that the Dragons are a chance, and I don't think that they will win. The Roosters are too good, but I think that they will put up a bit of a fight, and I'm going to tip the Roosters here by 12 points. The next game sees the North Queensland Cowboys, who have really been struggling as of late, against the in-form Newcastle Knights. Let's have a look at the lineups. Valentine Holmes is still out for the Cowboys. That is a big loss. Jake Granville is back. Is he starting? Jake Granville is, no, he's in jersey 21, so he's a chance of playing. Bit of a change there. They've got some decent players in their reserves. Jordan McLean, Jake Granville, Shane Wright for the Cowboys. As for the Knights, big news coming that Bradman Best, due to a visit with family, has been facing a one-match ban and has to go into self-isolation. So that's a bit of a loss for the Knights. So Bradman's out. Brody Jones returns to the side in jersey number 18 reserve. I like their bench. Tex Hoy, Jacob Saifidi, SASA and Guira. Not a bad bench there. I'm looking forward to Andrew McCulloch against Reece Robson. They're two fairly, not in form, but expectational hookers at the moment. So I'm really looking forward to that battle. I'm also looking forward to Kyle Felt versus Edric Lee. Two fantastic wingers. You know what, guys? I'm going to go for a bit of an upset here. I think the Knights have been in some real good form. I think Bradman's a big loss, and I do think the Knights will go in this game as favourites, and so they should. I think the Cowboys might win. They're at home. I know there's not many fans there. I know, so don't get me with home field advantage. The Knights haven't had to travel all year. They've played at Central Coast. They've played mainly Sydney-based, and I think that this game they might just get pipped by the old North Queensland Cowboys. They're a bit of a desperate side, so I'm going to tip the Cowboys in a close one, so I'm going to tip the Cowboys by 2. The next game sees the Brisbane Broncos against the Gold Coast Titans, 14th versus 16th. Almost who gives a shit, but it could be a real good game. Who knows? I doubt it, but let's have a look. Oh, wow. So Jermaine Asako has been dropped, but Anthony Milford remains in the side. Anthony Seibold, what are you doing? And yeah, no Tom Dearden. No Tom Dearden. Really? Just having a look at this now, and I'm like, oh, Jermaine's not dropped. He's on the bench. Okay, he's on the bench. I don't know about that. Ben Teo in jersey 17. Young Tonomapia is out for the Titans. Dale Copley and Jared Wallace are back for the Titans. Jared Wallace in jersey 17, so he'll play off the bench. I think the Titans are a big chance here. I think Ash Taylor will have a big game if he can control the side around the park. I think they're a chance of winning. I don't think either side will win by 13 plus. I feel like the Broncos have an advantage here. They're at Suncorp. Titans have beaten them at Suncorp in the last 2 years though, but I'm going to go with the Broncos by 12 points. I think they can get something together. I still don't think they're going to go on a big winning streak. I'm not sure who their opponents are, but I think that the Broncos should beat the Titans, so I'll tip the Broncos by 12, but I really wouldn't be surprised if this is a game that Gold Coast win. This next game, I want to be excited for, but I can't because of the form that Canberra have been in. It is the Eels, my Parramatta Eel, up against the Canberra Raiders. The Raiders currently sitting in 5th. The Eels in 1st with their first loss of the season to the Sydney Roosters. Let's have a look at our side. Nathan Brown in jersey 13. I think he will go to the judiciary and get him too much banned. I'm really liking that we've got Giant Field in jersey number 21. He's a chance. Daniel Alvaro is back in jersey number 19. Takarangi is back in jersey 17. What else we got? Penny Terapo is out. Brad Takarangi replaces. Bailey Simonson is in the reserves for Canberra. Is Curtis Scott playing? Curtis Scott is playing. Look, I haven't tipped Para in 2 weeks, and this is a game I was quite worried about. I'm pretty confident we'll win this. I think we can beat Canberra. It's at Bankwest as well. If it was at Canberra, maybe a different story. We don't have a good record there. I think we can beat Canberra. I think our halves can go up against the likes of Jack Whiten. I think our forward pack can match the likes of Josh Papali. I think this will be... Look, I do think this will be a good game, but I just don't think it will live up to the hype that... I think there'll be a lot of hype around this game. People will call it game of the round, and I'm not too sure about that. But I think Parramatta will win. I think Parramatta will win by 8 points. I wouldn't be surprised if we win by about 16 to 20 points here. I think if we turn up like we did against the Roosters and the Raiders play like they did against the Tigers and last week against Manly, they weren't awful, but they weren't great in defence. I think that we could win 13 plus, but I'm going to tip the Eels here by 8 points, and you'll know by Friday night whether I am live streaming this game. So make sure you follow at the Entertain House on Instagram. I'll give you guys an update because I will be away. The next game sees the Manly Seagulls, who they had a gutsy, and I'll say it again and I'll say it again, a gutsy win over the Canberra Raiders. They suffered injuries, and it'll be interesting to see this lineup. Brandon Elliott has been named at fullback. Brad Parker is back for the side. Tavita Funa, I believe, has played on the wing. He drops into the centres. What else have we got? Lachlan Croker in the number 6. Okay, Manly's looking different to what I thought. Cade Cust in jersey 14. That's who I thought would be in the number 6. And obviously Dylan Walker and Tom Trbojevic out. As for the Sharks, they had a close win against the Bulldogs, 20 points to 18. But Manly's their bogey team. Let's have a look. Will Kennedy in jersey 20. Connor Tracy. Yeah, I'm going Manly. Look, they've got a bit of a team shake-up here. Oh, this game's at Central Coast. I'm at Blue Mountains. I probably would have watched this game from the bridge. The Eagles and the Sharks, I think the Eagles will win. It always happens. It happens all the time. They're a bogey team, and I think they'll win 13 plus. I still think they are a very brave team. I still think that Manly will be a bottom of the top 8 team. I don't see them in the top 4, and I think my chances of that happening are good with the injury. Obviously, I don't want these players injured, but I think it's good that these injuries have occurred to help my predictions to look more possible. But I think Manly will fight out a bit of a big win here, and I think they'll win against the Sharks comfortably. So I'm going to tip the Sea Eagles by 18 points. And the final game of round 7 sees the Bulldogs, who are sitting in 15th, against the West Tigers, who are in 9th. I'm sorry, Tigers fans. I had to. Let's have a look at these teams. Obviously, the Bulldogs, they played quite well against the Sharks. It was a fantastic game of football. I'm not going to lie. I loved it. Aiden Tolman is still out. Lachlan Lewis is out. And Jack Cogger is also out. Nick Meaney drops to the reserves. That is huge. Who comes in on the wing? Dallin Waiteni-Zalesniak on the wing. And Kieran Holland in the starting side for the first time in a while. The halves are Kieran Foran in the 6 and Brandon Wakeham in the number 7. As for the Tigers, Josh Reynolds in the 6 and Luke Brooks in the 7. Still no sign of Benji Marshall. I take that back. He's in jersey 18, so he's a chance of playing. I don't know if he'll play. Billy Waters in jersey number 20 And Chris Lawrence is in jersey number 19, so he's a chance of playing as well. I think the Tigers will win here. I kind of want to back the Tigers by 13 plus based on what I saw last week, but their second half against the Cowboys worries me. I do think they'll win this game. The Bulldogs are a bogey team to them, but it doesn't matter for me. I like the way the Dogs played. I like their style of footy. I'm not going to lie, Kieran Foran is in some really good form, but I do think the Tigers will hold on here, and I'm going to tip the Tigers by 10. So there you have it, guys. Those are my tips for round 7. Let's get into my best bets. Now, last week I did amazing. If you're not following In the Sheds podcast on Instagram, go and follow because I post tips on the story. We got Felice Kafusi, we got Josh Aloye, we got Stephen Crichton. Blaze got the Penrith Panthers 1-12, so that was a real good tip there for punters. We had Will Hopewade was one of my best bets of the week, and Will Hopewade in the first half, he scored. If Jesse Ramian would have scored in that match, a 6-leg multi for $100 would have gotten up, but that wasn't the case. What other games did we have? We had Sevo to score at any time. We had the Roosters 1-12, they went 13 plus. I think I backed Jordan Pereira. I could be wrong there, but yeah, I had an amazing round of betting, so really looking forward to getting into this. So let's get into some multis for the games. So let's go to, you know what? Let's chuck in the AFL for fun a bit here. We're going to go with the Western Bulldogs 1-39 against the Swans. We're going to go with the Storm 13 plus against the Warriors. We're going to go with Richmond 1-39 against St Kilda. Parramatta to win. I'm quite confident in this game. We're paying $1.67 right now. We've gone up 3 cents since I've talked. Geelong to strike back against Melbourne from their shock loss to Carlton, and the Sea Eagles and the Tigers. That's paying $44. So get on it. Also, going to go with this one. Rabbitohs 1-12. I think they can beat the Penrith Panthers in a really entertaining game of football. All over Collingwood 1-39. I don't think they'll smash the Giants, but I think they'll put close to 40 on them, but not quite there. So I'm going to back them by a 1-39 margin. The Cowboys 1-12. I think the Knights are due a loss. The Cowboys are going to show a bit of heart this week. And Cowboys at $4.78 is a whopping price. They've gone down to $4.50 now, but that's what they were. And the Eels 1-12. That's paying $101. Not too bad. We'll go to the Eels and Raiders game. I'll back Parramatta to win. I'll back Sevo to score any time. I'll back the second half to have the most tries. The second half, highest scoring half. I'll chuck Jordan Rapana. I'll wing a battle. Jordan Rapana for a try and over 30 for Knights. I'm going to go the Cowboys 1-12. He finds a way to score. He finds a way to the line. He's a dangerous running half. I'm going to go Scott Drinkwater. And I'm going to go the first half to have under 20 points scored. That's paying $38. Let's go to my try scorers for the round. So I'm going to back, these have all gone, half have gone to multi, half are individual. So that's really annoying. So the prices I give you may not be completely accurate, but roughly. So I'm going to back Cameron Murray. Cameron Murray is definitely due a try. And if Rabbitohs are to win, I think it's off a big performance from him and Cody Walker. So Cameron Murray to lead the forwards and score a try. I think when I had a look, he was paying about $4.10. Dean Vare for the Penrith Panthers. I think Penrith centres are good at scoring tries, and I think it'll be Dean's turn. Dean Vare is at about $3.40. Go to the Storm game. I'm going to back 2 forwards. One of these forwards for mine will score. Which one will it be, though? I'm going to back Nelson Asofa Solomona, who is at $6.50, and Christian Welch, who is currently paying $5. We'll go to the Roosters and Dragons, where I'm going to back 2 Roosters. I'm going to back... why has this done this? It's bet on Luke Keary, but that is not my tip. Luke Keary will not score this weekend. Watch him score. Brett Morris will score for mine. He's been in some real good form, so I'll back him for a try. And I'm backing Kyle Flanagan. I'm backing him first try scorer for once. Kyle Flanagan, first try scorer for the Roosters and the Dragons. Get on it. $20. Love it. All right. We have Scott Drinkwater, we spoke about for the Cowboys. For the Knights, I think that Andrew McCulloch just might score a try in those Knights colours. And Andrew McCulloch, I believe, He's quite a high price. He's about $9. I'll just check that. Andrew McCulloch. Andrew McCulloch is down the bottom here. $7. Real good price there. We backed Saifidi last week and McCulloch for mine. We go to the Brisbane and the Titans game. I'm going to go with Ben Teo at $4.30. He's fairly new to the team. I think this will be his chance to shine against a arguably weak Gold Coast side. So Ben Teo at $4.30 is too high. At $2.10, I can't go past Mike Acevo for the Parramatta Eels against the Raiders. At $2, I can't go past the Manly winger George Tafua. I think he's due a try at $2. And then I'm going to pick 2 Tigers to score against the Dogs. I'm going to go with Michael Cheekham and Tommy Talau. So those are my try scorers for the week. Next bet, we're going to go with Cameron Murray anytime, Dean Vare anytime, the Rabbitohs to win, Dane Gagai to score, and neither team to score 30 points. That is a monster bet. That is paying $121. I like it. Brisbane, I'm going to go Brisbane to win. I'm going to go Corey Oates anytime, Ben Teo anytime, Brisbane Broncos to score the last try of the match, and the big one that makes it the higher odds, the Brisbane Broncos to lead by 5 to 8 points. I think they can lead the Titans by about 6 to 8 at half time. I can't see them smashing them. That's paying $71. And then finally, I'm going to back the West Tigers to win, Michael Cheekham anytime. Again, the Tigers to lead by 5 to 8. And I'm going to back Moses Mbai in the centres to score a try anytime. That's paying $87.50. Have I got anything else for you? We've got a few other ones, little here and there. Let's go with a mega multi. Let's go with a mega multi that probably no legs will get up, but we're going to have a bit of fun here. I think the Dragons will push the Roosters, so I'm going to go the Roosters 1 to 12. Ash Taylor has shown me that he's a good running half, so I'm going to back Ash Taylor for a try at $6.50. That's a big price, but I'm going to chuck this in my mega multi against the Broncos, and I'm going to back Mike Acevo for 2 or more tries. That's paying $170. So those are my best bets. Those are my tips. Make sure you do like this video and subscribe to the channel. The giveaway is very close to being finished, so make sure you go and comment on the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm a winner with if you want merch or traded. Get your merch around the channel. Message me on Instagram at The Entertain House. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this round of footy, guys, and hopefully I can stream some games. But as I said, I'm going to be away, so we'll see what happens. Potentially tomorrow night there could be an NRL box break, and I am working on an NBA and NRL trading card haul as long as the eBay bids work in my favour. That's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.